I want to type, find the live down here on my laptop. Give me one moment. I don't think I need all that. I was working in this area earlier and I had the bright light on so I could see. I had some black yarn, so let's see. Let me find live chat on the computer. Let's see. I think I scrolled down. Sorry, I got a bunch of notifications to clear too. Okay, so we are getting off to the normal start. Hello, how are you today? Hopefully, I didn't announce, and I never do, so I had a whole thing just outside. I had to run outside, so my hair's up. Kind of had to stop what I was doing, getting set up for the live, so I didn't post anything. I meant to, but I didn't, so... Hello. Hey, Kay. Finally, I know. I was so glad that I caught your live the other day, Kay, when you had Alana in from Crocheting with Alana or Crocheting with Alana. I had the best time. Y'all are so fun together. Hello. Is that Ola Jo? Hello, Audria. I don't know if famous people are in. Got all these channels popping in. Hello. All right, so I am not going to keep you guys super long because I want to show you. I forgot the purse across the room, so I'm not showing the purse, the messenger bag. I'm working on the handle. I changed how I'm doing the handle on the sides. So there's that. So that's going to be the next tutorial. I'm hoping next week I'll have it ready, but we'll see. And then I started working, just an idea had popped in my head after I did the dyad shawl. And that seems to be, a lot of people aren't scared of that stitch in mosaic. So we're going to use that again. So I started a poncho, and then I got actually asked several times how to change it into a poncho. So I'm going to do a tutorial for that as well. So I'll show that in just a second. I do need to tell y'all, on Wednesday, y'all are going to start getting sick of me because I am starting I believe it's Wednesday that it starts. Hey, Yarn Geek, hey, Ginger. Me and Heather, the Crochet Witch, her channel name is the Crochet Witch, we are doing a gift exchange. It's called 13 Days of Halloween. I did it a couple years ago, and then I think we skipped last year for whatever reason, and now we're doing it again this year. So, to make it fun for y'all so you don't have to just watch me opening a gift for 13 days straight. What are some ideas? I'm open to ideas. And anything I miss in the live chat, hopefully I'll be able to see it again. I think I fixed that setting, so fingers crossed. The live chat replay worked last time, so we'll just hope, that I got it right. But I am trying to think of a way to make it fun for y'all. Something... is it fun just doing a giveaway with my patterns? Is it better if I do like a grand prize giveaway at the end of the 13 days and I pick a winner from each video? That's kind of what I did last time. Is I believe that I picked winners from each video and everybody got something and there was a grand prize. But I don't know if that's fun. I don't know who all would really be interested in that, or if you have enough, or if I should do maybe some yarn as like a grand prize at the end. And I'm reading, and it's I'm not used to this yet, so just please, bear with me. I'm trying to read and talk and everything. I'll get better, I promise. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I have not had the best day either, but hopefully it gets better. I just had a chicken drama outside. Hopefully yours is, not like a big deal. But any type of bad day is a bad day, so I understand. And let's see, where should I start? So I asked y'all the question, which y'all can comment on the live when it goes up, or you can comment in the thing. What would be fun for the 13 days of Halloween to make it where it's something for you guys too? So any suggestions would be open. I have 2 days to throw it together. Well, really less than that, but it's fine. It's fine. And now I think what I will do is start with a few crochet type things. I'll show y'all a few things, and then we can talk about the non-yarn stuff that I have. So I'm going to show y'all the dyad stitch in flat. That's a bunch about that. It is super easy to do. It just turns it into, instead of a 1-row repeat like we did in the shawl, if you have done it, then you know what that means, but it is just 2 rows. So it's not a huge one to kind of undertake. I actually figured out the flat way after doing the triangle shawl. I like worked in reverse this time. So that was fun. So I will be filming that. I'm going to use this as my strap, not this particular piece, but this stitch pattern, so the dyad stitch pattern that I'm showing you the back side of. I have it sewed together. I mean, don't I? But this as my strap on the messenger bag. So I figured it out because of that, and then y'all happen to be asking it as well. So I will share that with y'all. So nothing crazy here. Really easy one. And then the other yarn related thing is where I've gotten to on the poncho, which is the dyad poncho. So basically just turning the triangle shawl. I've turned it into a 4-point poncho. And so it's going to sit like that, and you'll have points on the arm sides, and then in the front and in the back, in the middle. So this is like my fun project for myself right now in the evenings. So like today I've been trying to focus on the messenger bag and getting everything together on it. So I'll focus more on this after it's done. So hopefully it won't be too long, just a couple weeks. And I want to show y'all something because I do see some other crochet designers in here, and I want to show y'all. Let me show y'all what I do. It's so easy, but I got to back up a little bit to make sure I get it all in. This is also going to end up being some type of top because look, it's just, okay, I'm working in the round. There in the center. I chained because I need a big head hole. And so for my head hole, I chained 100 and slipped that over, and it was, felt good. All right. And I was thinking at the time when I was making this, I'm making, triangle shawl. I got to come up with the corners, and I got to make my corners. But then when I laid it flat, just setting it down, I was like, oh, wait a minute. It could be a shirt too. Like, you see where I'm going with it? So construction wise, I think that I could use this technique good. Just the idea of good. I could use it good. I could use it on more things. Just because it makes it so easy. So it's just how I fold it determines what type of, garment I'm making. And when I fold it like this, I could see a top of a sweater, and then I could go to a different pattern. That's where I'm going with that. And then when I fold it in the triangle way, I have a triangle poncho. Obviously, I know that other people have figured this out. And I didn't, go find a way. I just figured out my own way. And so I'm sure this is not unique or anything, but maybe some of you guys that also design stuff, or some of you who are trying to take some of my tutorials and turn them into other things besides just blankets, maybe this will kind of help y'all get a visual on ways that you can do things. So this is working just in the round, so I don't have a bunch of tails. And I make blankets like this, obviously not with a big hole in the middle, but like with something here in the center, and then I start building out around. I don't have any of my pictures to show because I don't own any of them anymore. But yeah, you can work out and build out pattern after pattern in the round. And I have shown that, as a border option, a way to do a border or build out a blanket before. But I just thought, like, oh my goodness, when I realized that I could use this like this or like this, I was just like, whoa! Very, very happy with my discovery. I don't know, as I build it out, how that's going to continue to go and what I will have to do differently for the sweater version. I know for poncho that I'm making, it's going to be perfect, I think. I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't be. It would look like any other 4-point, or maybe other people do 5-point ponchos, but any other point type poncho. And I know those exist out there. So some of y'all might understand what I'm talking about. It'll be fine how it is. So that is, what size hook am I using? And the yarn that I'm using, on this ginger, on the hot pink thing, or on this thing, the small sample. On this one, the colorful stuff is some discontinued, I believe, Hobby Lobby colorway. And the hot pink is Fiesta, is the color name, and it's Stylecraft Special DK. And this black is either Stylecraft, it's size 3, or it's Hayfield Bonus DK. It's one or the other. On the poncho, yeah, that Fiesta colorway is so neon. If I turned on the light right now, y'all would be like, ah! It is so neon. But it's called Fiesta. I thought it was like neon pink, but it's Fiesta. And that's why it stuck with me, because should be neon pink. My creative mind. Y'all know how I like to name things, pattern number 41 and pattern 38. I'm so creative. Hello, all the new people in. So that is my crochet stuff. I know, it was short and sweet. Now, what I want to show y'all is I went thrift store shopping with my mom last week. And we hit up some stores, and I'm hoping someone in the chat, or maybe somebody who watches the replay of this, will know something about this. So I found this, and it still got the tag inside, which I'm sure I'm going to show upside down because that's how I do things. Let's see. Oh, hello. How are you? All right, so, and that was to the last person in. Sorry. Rita, I should say your name. But this right here had the label still inside, but here's my question. I have tried looking up this stoneware, and I was thinking, the reason why I'm trying to look it up and see, it has a cool drip there on the side. Excuse me. Thank you, Rita. I love that. Like, I love how that looks. Like, I know it's like, it's old, obviously. I could tell by the label. But what I don't know is, did this ever have a lid to it? I think it probably did if you look at the edge. And I haven't washed this or anything yet because I don't want to mess up that label. Originally, I was thinking I would actually use this, but now I'm not sure if I should use it or if I should just keep it as like a decorative piece. But if I use it, obviously I'm going to take the label and clean it out. but I have not washed it, so if it's gross, like, it's straight from the thrift store. But I'm hoping somebody will know. Like, see the little lip? It looks like we should be able to put a lid on it. Let's see, somebody. It does look like it should be a honey pot with the color and all. I saw this and I was just like, oh, that is so pretty. And I'm not normally a brown, like, drawn to anything with the browns in it and all. And I really like how it kind of gets like this golden color up here, more yellows. But Google searching has not really led me to see what one looks like. I haven't seen anything that looks like that. I'm sure they're out there and I'm just not digging deep enough. Or no one has one on eBay, or, maybe there's other places I should be looking. And I don't know. Very suspicious of like searches and going to just any old site because, how the internet is. So I am just thinking though that it should have a lid and it didn't. And sometimes at the Goodwills and Salvation Armies and stuff, at least in Jacksonville, they definitely shift. I know stuff goes to different stores and like moves around like inventory, but the what does it say on the bottom? Oh look, nothing. It says how much they charged me for it. $7. And then that right there. I just know that sometimes things get separated, and it might have been in the store. I could have possibly overlooked it, but I don't think, because me and my mom were both looking. And we checked everywhere where there was like, I think they call this stuff rickrack or something. Everywhere where there was things just sat, we were checking it out. So sometimes things will get separated, and it, somebody could have bought it separate from it. Sometimes, most of the time they try to, tape everything together that goes together. But I have seen like sets that I know all went together and you could tell it was all donated together, but everything was priced individually. And so if someone come in, they could take one piece and it was a full set, but now it's not because that, one item sold. So if I can find a lid for it, like I know who I should gift that to. And I shouldn't keep it, and I should, gift it. I'll put a Winnie the Pooh on it. See if it turns into a honey pot, put it out there in the yard. Something definitely be attracted to it. Yeah, like tulip bowls and stuff like that. Like there's a whole set, and you have your whole complete set. My mom has some stuff like that. I think it's like it's some sort of alcohol decanter, and it's like this blue glass with like a 18 karat gold inlay, like in round, it's like striped but going around it. And it comes with cups and stuff that are like to go with it. And she has that set that she got when it was gifted to her when she got married, and that all stays together. And I'm hoping I can find somebody that maybe they broke their bottom and they still have the lid, and I can buy it. BCI on the bottom. Yeah, it does. BCI. What does that mean? Yarning for smiles. For a smile? Sorry, for a smile. And I like how you did the arrows to get my attention. It worked. Yeah, it is. I agree. I loved it. And that's why, like, if I was mad about the lid, then I wouldn't have bought it just because I'd be mad about it forever. But I wasn't mad. I loved it how it was, but I was like, man, it would be really good because I'll be cooking on over a fire with this or on a grill, like set off the heat like it's, I kind of treat my grill like an oven sometimes. So if I have something on top, it helps kind of cook it from the top also. But I mean, I can cook in it open like this too, if I decide to do that. Okay, you're gonna go look for me. Thank you, thank you. I'm terrible at searches. I'm like, ooh. And I get so nervous about hitting certain sites. Just because now it's before I didn't have to worry about it, but now it's like if I get hacked, a lot of y'all could get hacked too. So I feel really, really responsible because, like so many people watch in the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So it's like I don't want to put everybody at risk. And I communicate with a lot of y'all, off the channel too. So it's like if I have your email and stuff like that, or have ever had to send you a chart set that, Etsy didn't send or something, I feel like I could put everybody at risk. So I am like so leery. And I even bought more McAfee. I use McAfee on my one of my devices, you know, like my mobile devices. I even bought like an extra plan because I got real nervous, you know. It's easy for that to happen. I didn't think to ask anybody if it, you know, was in the back. I just wasn't thinking at the time. You know, I was looking around for the lid and I was like, if I find a lid, great. If I don't, you know, I'll be able to find one online if this, you know, was a set that was put out there. It appears to be. Unlike this piece, which I don't think I'll find a set of these. I think this was from someone's pottery studio. And they have a stamp and all on the back. And I just haven't, I can't read it. I need glasses. I need to do like a rub on it with a piece of paper and you like rub the pencil over it so that I can see this a little bit better. Because I'm having a hard time with the glossiness and all. But I wouldn't expect to find, this feels like a one off. I'm sure they did many of them. But like I don't feel like this was a set. So it's like I grabbed this up because I loved it. And it has a pulled handle. And that's part of the way I, you know, believe that it was someone sat here and made this. It wasn't a mass-produced item. Don't believe. But if it is, don't tell me. Because I feel like I have a great find here. Oh, yeah, and this little on the back right there. That's so cute, too. So that was my other find. And then this, though, I think it's a paperweight. Wondering if anybody knows, you know, for sure. It's from Portugal. I think it was like a touristy type item, like at a gift shop or something. So I'm thinking paperweight because it's metal. And I didn't realize that when I bought it. I was thinking that it was, you know, just like a ceramic or something. But I actually looked in the inside and I started, you know, kind of poking around in there. And it's some type of metal. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it's heavy enough for a paperweight. I think that's what it is. The trademarks on this one. Yeah, I found the company. Like there's lots of stuff out there. I just couldn't find this piece or anything that looked like it. Like it would be part of its set. And it looked like a lot of their stuff was in sets. You know, they did multiple pieces. But I could be wrong. Could completely be wrong. And this, I mean, this is just fun. It is so fun. And it's like in great condition. And it's like, I don't know if y'all can hear me clinking with my nail, but it's metal. It's so cool. I was like, I would like more of these and to know like for sure that it is like a paperweight or just a little set alone thing, you know, knick-knack. Knick-knack is, I think, what we call them in the South. That's what I grew up hearing. Anything that you had sitting around, any glass or anything, it was all knick-knack. Yeah, if you hear it, clink, clinking. Hello, Vicky. Nice to see you. If I've missed you coming in, I'm sorry. I am so, so sorry. But yeah, if any of you guys know anything about it, anybody watching the replay, please let me know for sure, like where I can get a lid if one comes with a lid. And should I even be using it? I hadn't delved into it that far. Not that I think it's like super valuable or anything, but it's more of a should I, because I would mess it up. You know, things that were made long ago, maybe they weren't using grills like we do now. Maybe I shouldn't put it on the grill. So I don't know. Yes, I heard a lot of that too. The don't break your grandma's knickknacks. Yes, ma'am, I heard that. And she had so many. My grandma had so many. I have some of them here. And I have broken one of them. I'm so mad at myself. It was an owl set that she had. She had a big thing for owls. So I got a cookie jar that's back there that y'all can't see. That was hers. And then I got actual knickknacks that, you know, would be set around. And she would change them out too. And I'm like, okay, I got this thing, I think, from her because my mom wasn't a big knickknack person and I like knickknacks. I had to kind of purge my collection and just take my most loved pieces when I moved because I, you know, downsized a lot when we moved. So, now I'm slowly, as things have kind of finalized inside the house, and I know that I'm not going to change my mind and want to flip the room and have it be completely different or anything. I'm starting to want to either make shelving that stays or put up shelves to kind of, put some things on. And I'm like, well, I haven't bought anything like this in a long, long time. I need just, one, I have chickens and roosters and rooster issues and stuff. And I need a rooster that has little love hearts on it, so that hopefully I can learn to not be afraid. Because I have a rooster that is very mean to me. We used to be good friends, not no more. Hello, Kim G. I think you're new in. If I missed you earlier or I said hello, I'm sorry. So what are you guys up to? I've talked a lot about me, so let's talk about you. Anything fun and exciting going on in your lives? Anybody working on anything? Has anybody tried the new shawl? Working on somebody else's project? I'm open to hear about it. Doesn't have to be mine. And I love looking at all things crochet. So, I mean, it's serious about that. If you post it on Instagram or something, that's my biggest, to go just look through pictures. I love looking through, and I follow like different hashtags and stuff, so I see a lot of stuff. So I definitely love looking at all of it. You're uploading a video. Oh, you made it to 500. Yay. Good for you. Congratulations. So let's help her make it to 1,000. Anybody in here, I'll make sure to drop a link to her channel in the description so that people watching the replay. But if you want to, Yarning for a Smile is her channel name. If you want to go check her out, so we could help her boop, boop, boop on up. Oh, you're testing the pattern for Heather? Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. I've done a few tests for Heather and a few tests, I think, for Antoinette, and I did one for Antoinette with 2 OGs, and the last test I did was for Crazy Poppy Lady. And I did her Crazy Cat Jumper, I think is what it's called, because she's in the UK and a sweater is a jumper over there. But I was calling it a Crazy Cat cardigan, I think, when I was talking to somebody else about it. So it's Crazy Cat Jumper. And that's one of her paid for patterns. And I did the test on that. I had a lot of fun with that one. I had a lot of fun. I always have a lot of fun doing Heather's. Like, she has got a good handle on not making the pattern too complex for someone like me who's not really good at reading patterns. I feel better about reading patterns now that I've actually written one. Like, really helped me to kind of grasp it. And I understand why, because my pattern looks very complicated. I like hers that are very, like, you get this really pretty stitch, and then you go on through. I think she's doing her Gramps pocket shawl, maybe. Is that what you're working on, Kay? And if y'all don't know who Kay is, that's Kay's Crochet Haven. Check her out. Hey, Nana. Nana's in the house. Donna, how are you doing? Yes, 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 yes. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Your grandma had a rooster when you were about 10 years old, and you still have the scar on your leg from when he chased you? Oh, no. Okay, so you're 60. Oh, yeah. Okay, look. Mine doesn't just chase. He started attacking. And the first time it happened, I can tell y'all, I don't know if anybody wants to hear the story, but I'll tell it in case. Yeah, so, okay, I had this rooster. He was given to me. He was a couple months old, 3 months old, 4 months old, something like that. His name was Ray Ray. And I only had him for a while. And so I was really worried about his mental health. And I know that sounds stupid, but I was. And I didn't want to let him just like free range out in the yard all by himself. So I would spend 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening minimum outside walking him. And we would walk along, and this rooster grew and grew, and he got to be full size and all. And he would come up here and wait outside my door while I come inside to make him a snack, okay? And then I got more chickens, and I had like purchased 10 chicks, like day old chicks, and I was brooding them in my bathroom. It's not as bad as it seems, but yes, I was brooding them in the bathroom, and he was outside by himself, and I got a couple chickens for him, like grown ones. And I, felt like I was doing such a good thing, and they had to be quarantined because they were coming from a different farm, and I needed to make sure they weren't sick or anything. So I put them in one run with their own little house, and then I have him where I'm letting him out and letting him go over to another area where I could secure him in. And I thought this would be fine. This is the second day of having these other chickens. So we made it through one day. And then the second day, I go out there first thing in the morning and let him out. And I'm wearing pajamas, thin pajama pants and a tank top, because I was just going to drink some coffee and watch my rooster. And he kind of he seemed grumpy. And I wasn't letting him get close enough to wing dance around me, because it was kind of freaking me out that he was doing that. Because I didn't really quite understand all of these things yet. And so all of a sudden, I just said, "What is your problem?" And I pointed, "What is wrong with you today?" Well, let me tell y'all. He did not take too kindly to me pointing at him, and all of a sudden, he started attacking. And I'm by myself up there. It's a nice Sunday morning. My husband's here in this house down the hill, and I am screaming my head off up there because he is going up and down and sideways, and I am flailing. I had coffee in one hand, and I had a pack of zip ties because I was going to do something with them that day. And I was flailing. Coffee is flying, and I am screaming, and I'm screaming, why are you doing this to me? Yeah. And so he continued to attack until I guess I got far enough away. I only got a couple good swipes, on me. And I, am just adrenaline, I could feel my heart in my chest. And I don't know what to do. And I'm just standing there, and I want to walk away. I want to go to the house. I am needing to sit down. I don't want to sit down up here because he was just everywhere. And I didn't know they beat you with their wings, but he did, y'all. He was like, whoop-ah, whoop-ah. I'm like, ah! And screaming, why are you doing this to me? I thought we were friends. And I never trusted him again after that. Ever. And I just stand there shaking. I am just and I don't have anything. There's nothing, nothing to protect myself with. So I'm just standing back, and I'm just, I'm just shaking. My whole body's vibrating because I'm so worked up, and I'm breathing like I have run a marathon. And I'm just and finally my husband moseys on up. No clue anything had happened. And I'm like, you can hear me? He's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, right, trying to kill me. And he was like, what? He was your best friend? I'm like, I know. That's what I was screaming. And I'm screaming stop, and of course this doesn't work. And now we just have this thing where he just hates me more and more, and it doesn't matter. The more chickens I give him, the meaner he is to me. I don't know what to do. I telling y'all, and all I did, I hand chopped things for this rooster. And I'm talking about, like, I went shopping at the grocery store for this rooster. Make sure he had variety because I couldn't let him free range for 8 hours. So I was like in here chopping up stuff and doing all kinds of things for him. Meanwhile, the whole time he was planning my demise and he was planning to take me out. Oh, goodness, goodness. So, yeah. And I've also learned another thing I learned, excuse me, was never, ever, 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 ever crow back. Ever. Never. Ever. Because the fury that will be unleashed at you is unbelievable. I'm telling y'all, the one thing I wish in all the videos and things that I read about before I got birds was I wish somebody had properly advised me and warned me about the level of violence and meanness that these things have. They are just something else, and I wasn't expecting it. In my mind, we were all going to be like kumbaya out there, and I was going to be able to have all kinds of animals, and then I'd be just like walking around with the flowers and the animals, and it'd be so peaceful, and it's not like that at all. It's like I'm having to watch my back all the time. Like I have to carry a rake, and I wouldn't hit him with the rake, and he knows that, and that's the problem because he still tries to attack me, but I use the rake to hold him back. I had to get rubber boots to try to protect myself. I go out there multi-layered. I'm waiting for the winter because that'll be so nice to be able to like put on like a bunch of clothes and not be sweating to death hot and be out there. So you can attack me, but I'll basically be in like the equivalent of one of them samurai suit man, where I'll be like, or like, what is it? The Christmas Story, where his arms can't be put down, and I'll be out there like that coming at him, and it won't matter because he can hit, and I won't feel a thing. And then I'll try to take him down and hold him down and stuff. So, that's what people recommend. I think it's going to make it worse, to be honest. Yeah, roosters for dinner. I've been told that a bunch, and I'm like, I'm not there yet. Because he's such a good rooster when it comes to protecting the girls that he's with. He's just not, doesn't like me. He thinks I'm a hen, I think. And he can't get me in line. And yes, a dog attack training suit. Yes, ma'am. That's what I need. I'm like, I'm just trying to love you and be your friend. So with all my other chickens, I can pick them up and I can hold them and I, can put them near my face. Not that I would stick them near my eye. They're still an animal, probably peck my eye out. I'll think it's on accident. It's probably on purpose. But, I can just hold them and they don't attack me and I can check them and him, I cannot get anywhere near. My husband can't get near him. He will try to attack him sometimes. Sometimes he won't. It kind of just depends on his mood. And I'm like, what in the world? It says, partner says that he was defending his ladies from, you know what? And I don't know why you want to defend the person that brings you food. I'm like, y'all would have nothing if it was without me. Like I am why y'all get fed. Sorry, y'all. I thought I turned it off. He should not be doing this. He was not mean like this. But he is defending the flock. Like they don't get attacked out there. He is not the type that like runs away. Yeah, maybe he does need a little calming sweater. I've thought of things to try to help him, And unfortunately, it all revolves around me having to get my hands on him. And I don't know. I don't know. Behaviorists? Are the rooster behaviorists? I mean, here's the thing. I've talked to a couple people, and I've kind of learned that these are like poultry educators is the best way to put it, where they do this for a living. And because my vet does not here, they do not handle birds at all, any type of bird. So I wasn't able to get really any advice from them, but I have reached out and actually talked to a couple of people who are backyard chicken educators or poultry educators, and they deal with, this type of like hobby, like my pet chicken, type thing. And it's just on what I want to deal with is basically the long and the short of it. If I am fine with dealing with the fact that I can't just walk in and say hello everybody and start picking up chickens and stuff without get the risk of being attacked, then it's fine because he's a good rooster to them for the most part. He did kick somebody out of the flock, but that's a whole nother thing. He is doing his job. He's actually doing exactly what he's supposed to do. It's just some are more aggressive about it than others. And so it's like, what do you want to deal with? And I am, taking forever to make up my mind because this has been going on since May. And I keep accommodating and accommodating and accommodating. And at this point, I'm like, no, I'm done accommodating. So it's kind of local 4-H. Yeah. My niece is in 4-H, and that's one of the people I talked to. And it is like he was given, and he was a chicken that was kind of like taken from, he was an egg at the time when he was taken. His mama and her eggs were taken because they were just left at a place of business. And the cats in the area, the stray cats in the area, were attacking her because she was sitting on the nest and wouldn't get up. So they took her in her nest and took her to a safe place at somebody's house. And then once they hatched, they had too many roosters, and then I get Ray Ray. And he was handled and all. But cannot say for sure what type he is, but based on his behavior, like my niece's, the lady I talked to in her 4-H club, like the little president, like runner of it. I don't know what to call her job title, but the person that runs the 4-H said that it sounded like the type of like game fowl that he was. Like he's more like a jungle fowl, game fowl type, a fighting rooster, if you will. And based on the neighborhood he came from, it's very possible that a rooster like that would have, potentially been the one. They were running around the neighborhood. These birds just run free in a residential neighborhood with cats and dogs and stuff and cars and everything. So it's just his nature is what it's seeming to be. And it probably won't change is what I've been warned. So. Yeah, chicken whisperer is what I really need. I do. Tell me what he's feeling other than anger and murder. Oh, yeah, he's got a backstory. That's right. He's the only one with a backstory other than the 2 rescues that I have. He kicked one of them out of the flock. It wasn't nice. And that's why I'm saying, like, people should have warned me. It's sometimes they gloss over stuff on the internet here, like other little homestead channels and stuff, and they're just not wanting to get into the negative side of things. And I understand that. But if you never tell somebody this bird might try to kill you, and he will know how, and he's going to go for the eyes and stuff. Like, I just feel like it'd be nice to be warned, Let people know that's a possibility. You have to specifically look for that information. So if you have no clue that could happen, you don't know to look for it. So when I thought I had my best friend and I let this thing around my mom, mom in her 70s, and out loose, and we're all sitting on the porch and the rooster's hanging out, I would have never done that had I known that at some point he could change the way he behaves, and he will just, like, hormones or whatever, and he will just be completely different and very mean. Did not know that, so I didn't know to look up that. Then I found that out the hard way, and then I started looking it up, and I found, I have a problem, and I need to figure out how I want to solve it, and I keep going back and forth, because, it's hard. It's hard. Like I said, that I wanted to be a farmer, like, and I say I'm a farmer, but y'all, that was a lie. I only agreed to this because I thought being a farmer was a way to get more animals, and my husband would never agree to me having like 24 dogs, but he would agree to me having 24 chickens. And so it's backfired on me now. And this guy, this rooster, Mr. Ray Ray, is, not having it. He does not like me. And I'm not to brag, but animals typically do like me okay. Like, I'm not one that normally like has to worry about somebody's animal not liking me. Usually they're cool with me. And not him. Not him. And it's like, he knows I'm bringing them nice treats and stuff, and he will be chill. And I can bring treats, and I can hand through the fence and stuff. And he will take and take and take, and he will not do anything. And then, as soon as all that food is gone, he has no use for me. And so he tries to... And it's like, okay. So you're fine with me to be near if I have food in my hand, but the second I don't have food in my hand, you have no use for me. And you're done. You're done. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a change for not the good, for sure. I was not expecting it. I can't tell y'all the heartbreak that day when he attacked me for the first time. Or how lucky I was. I mean, I was truly lucky that I was able to back up. Had the situation been a little bit different, had I had all the fence that I was doing done and I didn't have a quicker, I had to go like open a gate or something. Oh, we don't know what would have happened. Because clearly, I've always joked that if I scream, no one can hear me. And to an extent, I always believed that was true. Like, but I thought if my husband was home, he could hear me. But I could scream loud enough because I have a big mouth. And it's downhill. I'll be screaming. I was screaming. I mean, I guess I was facing the rooster, so I was screaming uphill, but heading towards him. Backwards. I was backwards moving. And y'all, I'm clumsy, so I could go down. I could fall. I could trip, and that's my biggest fear. That's why it's like, I don't know if I can deal with him, and what to do. Because if I, just get clumsy and I trip over my own 2 feet, then it was an uphill battle. Downhill, uphill, side hill, the Matrix. I mean, I was making some moves, y'all. Moves that my body don't normally make. I was so sore the next day. I was like, ow, everything hurt. I was, But I was also apparently like jumping and twisting and probably twerking and all kinds of stuff back there. Yeah, see, 2 left feet, and it's like, and that's guy's a danger. So it's like, if I trip in there, he's definitely going to come after me for that. I think that was all kinds of, terribleness and wrongness that I did to them because my fat butt fell in there. And he's going to be like, no, she's at my level. I wear sunglasses up there. One of the things we've been going to thrift stores looking for is like a really inexpensive like helmet thing, but with the face shield. Because I would put on a helmet to go in there. I feel better if I had a helmet, something. But I need to be able to see completely, so I just need like a face shield helmet, like a motorcycle helmet, but without any tinting, because I know that if he couldn't see that it was me, it would be even worse. I need that for sure. Rooster dance and be a new workout. Every time it happens, and I try my hardest to not have that interaction with him at all, and I just try everything to be very peaceful, because that was the advice I got, just have everything be very peaceful, so I try that. But it never fails at some point, and every time it happens, y'all, the amount of calories I have to burn, I'm telling you, because I have been losing a little bit of weight, and that is the only reason why. It's all that adrenaline and all that movement that's happening as I'm trying to escape like near death. Wild turkeys dive bomb you. It came right for your head. I am telling you, that would be the end of it. We have wild turkeys out here. They've never done anything like that. If a wild turkey comes for me, oh my Lord, I am going to be so scared if anything like that, because they're big. They are big. Oh wow. That is terror. That is so terrifying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is terrifying. Geese will do that too? Is that what you're saying? I don't have any. Well, I mean, they fly over. They fly over, but I've never, because they're protected here. We're not allowed to touch them or do anything to them in Florida, in the South. So I have never gotten very close. And because the geese that I see are typically like around a pond in a parking lot at a school or something, so they're just poop everywhere and all. You don't want to walk close. Like, it's just lots of, mess everywhere. Oh my. Okay. Y'all are scaring me. I'm going to walk outside and I have to worry about turkey attack. Oh no. I think what I usually see out there is just the females because they don't have the big tail that the men do. The male turkeys do. I'm gonna have to get some like protection peacocks or something. Y'all are scaring me. there's wild ones in the woods. I hear them all the time, and they fly up in the trees at night to sleep because I seen them go. There's like a whole flock, but they look like all girls to me. I am so scared of turkeys now. Oh, no. I didn't know that they were. This is just like the rooster. I had no idea that they were prone to violence like this. Like, I had no idea. They may have. They may have. Because they're like, wait, we want to sacrifice her. It's possible. Because, they're not as nice to me as they used to be. So I replaced them and got more. And they're super nice to me. And I got a new accidental rooster. Yay. but it's okay. It's like not the end of the world. Now I'm worried about turkeys. I'm worried about turkey attack. I really am. I am worried. Like the geese, I see geese fly over. And it's kind of like the hawks and the owls and stuff, things like that fly over. I really never thought that I needed to worry about the turkeys in the driveway coming out the woods. Hey, Marion. Crotchety cloggers in the house. Hello, darling. They've terrified me. I don't know how long you've been in here, Marion. But I told a story about my rooster attacking me for the first time and how that's now a thing for him to do. And now I am being informed that people have just been simply walking in the woods, being just lovely citizens, enjoying nature, and they're being dive bombed and attacked by turkeys and apparently geese too. If you're in certain areas, I am terrified. Don't have to worry about the geese part of it, but I do have to worry about the turkeys. Worried. Like, they come out a lot at dusk is usually when I see them. And the reason why I'm seeing them, I don't, maybe not coming out, but going back to wherever they're, come from. I see them going from one part of the woods because I'm like surrounded in woods, but there's a driveway that comes in. So that breaks the wood line right there where my driveway that comes around and down. So they'll be coming out of the center section, crossing over the driveway, going back into everything this way is the deep woods. So that is all the untouched, the creek back there, all that stuff. And it's nobody's back there, nothing's back there. That's their main habitat. And that goes on and on and on. So I see that, and I'm seeing that because I'm going to the chickens. If I don't, sometimes I go up, and I'm up there for like an hour or two. But other times it is just strictly going up, doing the night chores and putting them up. And so I, now on a regular basis, I see the turkeys one fine day, I just might be wearing the wrong color, or I don't know, like I just might, move the wrong way. Get that? Oh, see here, the hawks, I haven't had any issues. Neighbors have rather small dogs. They have like 100 acres over there, and they don't watch their animals. They just like let them out and let them go into the woods and wherever they want. And they've not. I wonder what it, because they have had some picked off, but I thought it was some of the bigger predators back there. I didn't think about the hawks. Now I'm thinking about it, some of those get kind of big. Hopefully they won't bother me. I'm not really scared of them. I would be though if they started flying at my head. I'm gonna need a whole suit. I need something. I definitely need to keep searching. Get blackbirds will. I try to make friends with crows. It's not working, but I was trying to. But then I found out they can attack chickens, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be making friends with them if I ever want to be able to let the chickens out from the enclosure, into like a yard and not have to net everything. Just let them kind of do their thing with their rooster friend. Beekeeper suit. You literally just solved my problem. Why did I not think of that? That is exactly what I need. That is exactly what I need. I am writing it down. I'm not even kidding because I don't want to forget from just all the, from, being on camera. Because that would give me the helmet protection 360 that I'm needing. I knew talking to y'all about this would help me. That is perfect because then he can stay alive. I can still, go in there. I don't mind getting some like shin guards or something to kind of help. And maybe a net. Just kidding. I'm not netting him because that would be very dangerous. He'd be like, going crazy. Oh, a chihuahua from a hawk. See, I could see that. I could see that. Real small like that. That does make sense. Yeah, and the owls around here for sure because they are like. One flew over the other day, and I honestly was like, wait a minute, was that a? Because it was so large. And I'm used to a pretty good size up here, like versus what I would see in the city. Y'all, it was pretty big. And I could see how it could take, do damage, definitely. So oh, something swarmed him at his beehive. I was thinking about doing beehives, but I'm not there yet. I need to master the chickens that I've been doing for a year. I need to master, all this, and then add one more thing. Because I know everything, I'm taking too long on everything that I do when I'm up there because I'm like, I don't know. I'm being extra about everything. I'm like so worried they'll hurt themselves on something. So I'm always like rechecking things, and I have them in an enclosure for most of the day, and then I'll let them out. Usually whenever I can be outside, they have a fenced in area. I've been playing with letting them out during the day with the rooster, and he seems to be protecting them, but it's always a risk, and I worry about that. So it's like I've been being extra about everything. I need to get over it so I can move on and add the next animal. Gosh. That's not good. That is not good. I would be wearing the whole thing. Because, sometimes Africanized bees or there's other things that can happen with them. I know very little, but I know that there are different things that can happen that can cause that. And I can't even imagine what that would be like because I have no idea where I would run to. I mean, there's nowhere to jump in. Like, if I go into the woods, it's just more danger and snakes and everything. So I can't, like, run and dive in anything. That would be terrifying. So I'm probably not going to do the bee thing. I don't want that. Because that's going to be my luck, is that everything will be fine. And then one day, out of nowhere, they'll attack me. Oh, the stepping on a yellow jacket and putting you in the hospital. I have known a couple of people that have that extreme of an allergy. I am glad I don't have anything like that because last springtime, I guess, there was, I wouldn't call them, what we call a yellow jacket is smaller, and it's like a little bug like that bites, like little, quarter of an inch type thing. The hornets that were biting me last springtime, but they were attracted to something to do with the stuff I was given, the mean rooster. Y'all, this, I went up there in flip flops one day because this is all pre-attack. Nothing bad had happened, so I was flip flopping it up there, not worried about him hurting me or anything. And these, they were more like half an inch type size, but it was a bright yellow and black hornet. And I accidentally, I guess, stepped on it a little bit. It spun around and grabbed onto my pinky toe and was biting my pinky toe from the underside. And I mean, like, wouldn't let go. And I am like, flopping my foot around trying to get it off of me. Hands are full. It's one of those type situations. Could not get it off, but they were a constant problem. They were everywhere last year. And the only thing that changed last year was having the birds. And I really think that they were attracted to something I was feeding them. Probably the fish. Because they seemed very carnivorous. Like they weren't drinking nectar for sure. They were we're gonna eat things type, hornets and little bugs out there. Oh yeah, but I already know what's gonna happen. I don't really need to be able to see all points. He's gonna attack. Might make it a little bit easier for me if I can't see. But maybe I'll look for one. Maybe if it goes like this, like I have a little head, maybe it'll fit like where the screen is like behind my ears, because that would help because I'd be able to still see. But I really don't need to see the attack. I just need to not be able to be hurt by it. It's not a if, it's when he's gonna do it again. Yeah, they could be so nasty. All these different bees and hornets and stuff. I mean, I got stung by wasps when I was a kid. I would think I was doing a good thing. I'd find like a wrench or something that my dad had dropped in the yard, and I'd, go picking it up. And of course, it was always something that was hollow that something else decided perfect place to lay my nest. And then I'm like, hey, look, a good thing. Oh, and my brother was really bad about sending me up the ladder for when we were going to knock down like a hornet's nest, wasps, that sort of thing. And I was stupid and I would do whatever he said. And he would say, he would get the ladder, this little step ladder, and he would put it in the place. And he would tell me, okay, you're going to go up there and, you're going to take the stick and you're going to hit it down. And then you got to come right down. And I was scared of heights too, by the way, y'all. So it was very important to me to confirm after the first time that it ever happened that he wasn't going to run away when I got up the ladder and went like this to hit. He ran away the first time. So then every time after, and that's the sad thing about it, is he could talk me into this multiple times. Every time after, though, I'm like, you promise you won't run away this time? Because then when he would run, I'm scared of heights. And so you have this child that's hanging on to a ladder and scared of heights and won't go down by herself without someone there to like kind of like help guide me down. Yeah, so then I'm just standing there getting stung. That's why I can say thankfully I am very much not allergic, because we would have learned that one a long time ago. And the worst wasp nest I ever saw, because Florida gets some big ones. My husband did foreclosed homes for the bank. Like, he would be the one to go there, make sure it was secure, cut grass, do minor repairs and stuff as they do all that stuff that happens with houses when they're foreclosed on. And you take a lot of pictures. And I went on Saturdays. I love doing this because you got to look in houses and stuff, and I got to, be helpful, or so I thought. And I walked into this little outhouse, like a little shed type thing where they kept things for their pool or whatever. I step in it to get a better shot of this pretty backyard. And I'm standing in it taking the picture, and I heard noise, and I looked up. I want to talk about the biggest, like, not kidding, basketball size, round nest of hornets, and all wasps, I guess is the best, because they were not hornets, these were wasps. So this wasp nest is built up there, and it's basketball size, and I was not exaggerating, because very, very dangerous. It's actually like super dangerous. You have to, like, when you find stuff like that at a foreclosure, it has to be taken care of, because people like me, not knowing any better, you walk back there and you're just looking around and you get attacked. And this thing, oh God, I just started walking like very slowly and making no extra movement. And I just walked out of the thing, and I was like, and I went and got my husband. I'm like, you need to, you need to do something. That's my only, like, that could have been very, very bad because of the number of them. And when I looked up, all I saw was wasps. And I mean, so many. So many. The whole thing up there was other nests and stuff like that I didn't even see, because I saw the basketball size, round thing of just all I can see is wasps moving, and they're all kind of humming. Ooh. New. And I didn't want to go no more after that. I wonder why. I'm like, I gotta pay closer attention. Back then, that's in the city, you're not really, I don't know, in the city you don't expect to see a lot of things. At least I didn't, A snake was very abnormal, and hawks and owls and things like that, those were not normal occurrences. If you had any of those things, you only ever saw one. You'd see like one owl, and then you wouldn't see it forever. So just very different in the city. They're there, I know they're there, but you just don't see them, even if you're hanging out on your back porch at night. And it's so different. And now, I moved here, and I'm like extra careful about everything because I'm in the woods, and I think back to, what I was in the city. There was a lot of these things were there, and just did not realize, like, you just have no idea of the danger. And then you move somewhere where you're not as close to hospitals, and you don't have somebody that you can just like run to get help, and you start looking at things very differently. And start thinking, wow, I should, not be so like la 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 oblivious. I think that's what me and Ginger both say we are, is oblivious. Blissfully unaware. So, but this has been going on for way longer than I planned. I only meant to do like a 30-minute tops type thing. So hopefully y'all have enjoyed it, but I do want to wrap it up. I don't want to keep anybody any longer, and I know other lives have probably already started or will be soon. So I'm going to say bye to you guys. I really appreciate y'all coming. If you can give me your opinions on whether or not, what type of thing you would like to see in a 13 days of Halloween scenario, where I'm going to be opening my gift exchange with Heather, the Crochet Witch. I'll be opening mine, and I'd like to add something in to make it fun for y'all. So if y'all want to do questions, and pick people for prizes, do just one prize at the end of the 13 days, and do like a box of yarn. So I'd like to have some feedback on what would make that fun for you guys. For us, me and her doing this gift exchange, I'm going to be opening, something. And that's so she can see, my reaction to the gift that she got me. But I want to make it fun where it's fun for y'all to watch. And there's kind of like a participation for y'all. So let me know what you think about that. I really would appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for coming in. And I'm going to read these last few, things on the screen. And then I'll end it. Thank you, Rita. I'm glad you enjoyed my stories. I am so glad. Bye, Ginger. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye. And yes, the swamps are always fun. Marianne, I see that one popping up. Yeah, so fun. Bye, y'all.